What's going on? How we doing? How we doing? How is everybody? Hopefully you had a good day and a good week in the day trading world. My name is Tim, otherwise known as Vesh, otherwise known as Tim here at Volatility Trading. I appreciate you all joining me. Hopefully we have a good stream tonight. Hopefully we can possibly get some poker in tonight. Sorry for being a couple minutes late. My kids ran me a little bit late. We were outside with the neighbors playing around, fixing things. I don't know what I did. Maybe fixed my monitor issue if you've been around for that. I flashed my BIOS. I don't know exactly what I did. I plugged it in, hit detect, and hey, it worked. So not exactly sure what happened there, but I haven't touched it again since then, because right when I figured that out is when the kids wanted to go outside and play with the neighbors. So we did that, and now we're here. What's up, GDT in the house? What's up, man? Saw you had a slow but a decent day. Can't complain. Yeah, let's maybe I guess I can pull up the old TraderSync. I haven't even pulled this up for myself yet. I did the end of week stats, but I did not do the I never looked at if I got back above where we were before that loss. 2008, 2013. Was 8 the highest? Oh, 2014 and 80 cents. 2013 and 98 cents were failures. Literal failures. Less than, what was that? 10 cents, 11 cents. Tisk. But yeah, this is our on the year. This is our full yearly chart. Not gonna lie, thought we were going through some choppy times here, but then we rebounded pretty nicely. Had that stupid trade on Wednesday afternoon, and kind of set us back for the week. I did do the math, and I would have been pretty close. I would have been, it was $79. So if you added that to this, it would have been like 175 or so. And so we still would have been short of scaling up, but obviously it would have been a much better week without that stupid trades. And yeah, that was just dumb. Actually, let's take a look at that and see exactly what we did, so that we can hound ourselves over it. I didn't post it on social media or anything. I literally made that trade. I know I talked about it the next morning on the stream, but I was just so mad at myself for even taking the trade in the first place that I just didn't even bother. But this was the trade. I mean, it looked kind of normal when we first got in, right? Previous resistance, went through, whole dollar, right? So everything looked normal. Got short, went up to 820. Had no problem adding there. Added one more time, and then we're really small in this. And I remember it starting to feel heavy at that 825 area. So we actually added once more, and it did come down. We took off half, and right here is where I kind of messed up because I cut half of the half that we had left, looking to add that back, looking for more of a pull down into the close, and it just never did. So we added all that back plus some. You can see a bunch of red arrows in there, and we hit it pretty heavy there. Like we had, I don't even remember the shares, but we had 25% going up to here. We went like back to 100% plus. I want to say like maybe even 250% after, like, on these entries, and it failed. So we actually ended up cutting half again. Just seeing if it wanted to blow through 850. It tried to come back down through 850, so we hit it one more time, and as you can see, it literally bounced right off 850 and went high day again into the close. We were looking for that like wash right before the close there, and it got us pretty good. And yeah, it sucked. And it just literally went straight up, but could have been out here for a small green. If we took this, it would have been a pretty small loss, and should have never been in the trade to begin with, because it was so close to the bell. And yeah, bid is pretty good. So going to MGM at night, night. You sound drunk already. You sure you want to do that? Seems like it says there's 6 people here, but it seems like you're the only one here. Oh, midnight. Gotcha. Well, we can definitely prime you a little bit. Are you leaving at midnight or planning to get there at midnight? Oh, you're at work. Well, that kind of sucks. So I can't even warm you up. I know there were some other people asking about playing, so we'll see if they show up or not. I feel like everyone's kind of getting bored of me. It's like I used to be that, I guess, a little entertainment for some people, like the back and forth, not being able to quite figure out what I was doing and where I was going. And now that things are starting to kind of click, I feel like some people aren't as interested, which I guess is a compliment. But yeah. FOMO, a prophet in the house. Speaking of that VTNR trade, I saw FOMO took a decent loss on that one too. So sorry to see that. We were in the same boat there. That was a shitty one. I just went over it. You just missed it, and just how shitty that trade actually was. I would ask FOMO to join us in some poker, but he'd probably think that I'm trying to hack his computer or something. Yeah, I probably should take beers out of the title tonight too. I totally didn't have time to go get them. I'm a little sad. I even bought some tape, some painter's tape to put on my screen. I'm going to do that at some point this weekend so that I can no longer look at the P&L on my screen, because I definitely look at it way too much. I don't necessarily even use it. Like, I don't necessarily get out of trades and whatnot because of it, but I do find myself looking at it for no real good reason. Edward, what's up, man? Welcome. So our trades today, they're pretty simple trades. I don't think there was anything too special about them. I actually felt pretty good about my patience with my exits though. So there was that. ATOS, this one was kind of an annoying one after we got into it. You can see previous resistance from high of day yesterday. I tried to go through that this morning, formed another high here, and then it just kind of blew through it, but it was a little grindy. But right here, it kind of failed the breakdown. So to me, you can still use this 857 area, and then it blew through, gave us a real nice test of that $9 and failed. So we jumped in 894, looking for this to come back down towards that 850 area. Decided to run up through 9. We did our 1-2. I don't remember why I split this one in half. I want to say it was just because I was just wanted to see if it was done that run. Maybe I wasn't positive that was the top, but we ended up hitting it twice to get our 1-2. Came down, took pretty much 90% off here. We had an order out for 100 shares of the, I guess was that 150, 250? No, 225. Right here at the 9 break, and I think we had another 75. Yep. We had this actually down like at 892, I want to say, looking for that 9 break. But as you can see, it broke 9. It only got the 96. Didn't quite get to us, so we actually ended up taking it off as it went back up through 9. And as you can see, it was a good idea because it shot all the way back up to here, and then opened up this next candle, and then immediately stopped us out of the rest at high of day, which is frustrating. And as you can see, this one actually kept going a little bit higher before finally falling off the rest of the day. So what was the other trade? EXPR. This one we actually hit twice. These all kind of happened at the same time. The open itself was actually very boring. It required a lot of patience today. The patience was pretty key. I feel like it's been that way all week. I wonder if I went back each day and looked at when we took our first trade, it probably close to 10 o'clock every day. It was that kind of week, but these all kind of happened at the same time. I think our first trade today was at 10:15. So, and this one, let's see. So PBF was at 10:15, ATOS was at 10:18, and EXPR was at 10:23. So they all happened rather quickly and around each other. And this one was a pretty good move. Just went through. This was your typical. Here's previous resistance. I don't think if we scroll out there was anything else. Yeah, it was further down. And got the blow up through 650. Right, we were always looking for that half and whole dollars. Pretty much went right to that nice level of 70 to like around 70. Got short at 671. Came back down, got out 659. We had our order at like 653, I want to say. Yep, 653. I'm looking right at it. And it didn't quite get there. We realized that it wasn't quite getting there. It got to 54. It's always fun when or maybe that wasn't that candle. It says 56 and 57, yeah. I don't remember saying I missed it by a penny on this one. But yeah, we realized it wasn't going to quite get us. So as it started to go back up, we hit it at 59. And as you can see, we were pretty good getting the meat of that move. Worked a little bit sideways, went higher. Now we got our previous resistance. Got a whole dollar here at 7. Blows up through. We actually started this one right at that nice area that we look for, those 20s and 70s. 724. Decided to keep going and test that 750. Didn't quite get there though. 749. And I split this one in half as well. This is the one I remember splitting in half. Instead of doing the 1-2 right before 750, I took half of it just in case it did blow through 750. Then I could have hit the other half up there. So we would have had at least an average of 750 for that ad. But unfortunately, that was the top. And we ended up taking some off around our average. And then I think we took another half off of that into that little bit of a dip here. And we were looking for that 7, or actually we were looking for the sub 7. I want to say our order was at 701. I think this is the one we were telling Thomas that we were just front running the whole dollar. Yep, it was at 701. Then I moved it to 703. But unfortunately, what did we get it at? Is this the one that we got filled? No, it was 704. I think it dropped to like 703 and it wasn't filling us. I don't remember. I'd have to go watch the live trade. But anyways, we got filled at 704. And right thereafter, it did break that $7 mark. But as you can see, after that, it decided to go for a run. And this was after 12. I wasn't really here for this. But it was quite the move. I actually remember saying I wouldn't have traded it, but now that I'm kind of zoomed in a little bit, these candles actually look really nice. Pretty big candles. All right, they look just as big, actually a little bit bigger, this candle here, versus the ones that we even got in on. So might have been interesting. Not sure if I would have taken this if we were here or not, if I didn't have my new 12 o'clock rule in effect as well. But yeah, EXPR was a pretty good trade. PBF was our last ticker, and this one was a nice one. This is what we like to see, right? High of day yesterday, high of the market open, and this thing just ran. I don't even remember when I pulled this up, but I'm assuming I didn't pull it up right away because of the volume, but then as you can see, the volume came in. And I remember somebody saying, oh, you're getting into a volume out of nowhere play. And I was like, no. Like, this is a couple bars in, 10-10. So this is the 10-10 bar. This is where the volume started to come in. And I waited a whole, like, let's see when the entry was. It was at 15. So it was like 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 4 seconds before getting in after seeing the volume come in. And so when it is a volume out of nowhere, I've been telling myself I'm just going to wait that first candle. Right? And if it wants to continue after that first candle, I have no problem playing it. But if it's volume out of nowhere, you don't know if that first candle is, just the beginning, right? I get burned on those. I've been burned on those so many times, way more than I haven't. And the risk to reward on those just hasn't been there for me personally, because the amount of times that I'm early and end up taking a bigger loss versus the times that if I just nail the top and I'm only getting like a smaller win, it's definitely not profitable for me anyway. So my way of doing it is if we get volume out of nowhere, I wait for that second or third candle afterwards. If we're still going up and it's still a nice move, I get in. And this is a perfect example on PBF. And so we started it. And this was actually a 1-1-1 because I believe the volume was just still pretty low. And I didn't know if it was just going to be kind of like a slow grinder. So I was just kind of slow adding, just looking to kind of hit the key areas. And sure enough, it finally found the top. I don't remember if we put this order out or not. I don't honestly remember. But this was the bulk of our shares. And then I think we took, yep, half of the remaining shares. And then I told myself I was just going to let these go until end of day. And I just couldn't help myself when we got down, because I had this line drawn. And I was like, well, I at least need to try to get down there. And yeah, I didn't. I think this is one of the reasons or one of the times I was like, I really need to put the tape over my P&L, because I was like, wow, I just made over half my goal on the day in one trade. And usually I'm trying to make my goal in 3 to 4 trades. So to get halfway there in just one trade, it was, I saw that and I was like, oh, this is nice. I should probably just take it before it, because there's like no bounce. So at some point I was like, this thing's going to bounce, right? And it never did. So yeah, that was my trades on the day. We ended up right at goal on 4 trades, because that ATOS trade was a smaller one. But and one of the the first EXPR trade was also a small one as well. This one, because we only had small shares, and we just didn't get much out of it. So I missed EXPR run up, caught the back end though. Nice. Yeah, I think it was right here. I was saying live in Discord that's the backside. It came up, and when it came back down on this candle here and broke right here, when it broke that level, I said, okay, I think we're on the backside. It's a pretty typical pattern. You see it all the time. Because like if you look over here, you had the high, you come up, you bounce, and then right there, that break is usually the signal that that's the backside. But obviously, it's not always the case, right? So if we delete that line, which also delete a line up there, but let's see the next time it happens. Here, got a high, comes up, makes a new high. Got a high, bounces here. You could arguably say, that the break of this candle was, the start of the backside, which it did make a dip, right? That's what people are looking for, but it got bought right up, went higher. Again, high, bounce, went higher, bounce, comes up. And again, some people look for this is their play. They look for these types of plays, and they're usually not too bad. The break of that top candle, and it'd be a lot of ins and outs though. But as you can see, to me, on a little bit more of a macro play, you'd be looking for, the pullback, look for the attempted real bounce. Here's the real bounce. You're looking for multiple candles. And then when it finally breaks there, that's usually the sign, right? That's what we're looking for all the way down. And I mean, crap, even if you want to go even more macro, let's get rid of all these lines real quick. Get the big move up, right? Then you're looking for the bounce. If we didn't really get it, right? This is still just a big trend line up. If you want to draw the line, I mean, what the heck? And you can see, I mean, I drew that a little off, but it's a pretty good trend line, right? You could even argue that people love to look for those bounces off those trend lines, right? He follows the trend line up, comes through it, bounces up, tries to get through it, doesn't, and then people look for that stuff too. Or you can look for that backside, right? Or sorry, I meant to come down here. So you got the VWAP bounce, right? You get the big move up. You can get rid of this line. Come here. Comes up, it attempts the big bounce, comes back down, works its way down, and then boom, right here. This is what a lot of people look for, and hence you can see that's where we got a big drop off, right? It's pretty close to previous resistance. Try to use it as resistance again here, use it as support here, try to use it as support here, failed to go higher, come back down, retest that area, and then boom, right? So there's a bunch of macro plays, and like if you look at that on the 5 minute, it probably looks better, right? It looks a little bit more normal. But those are the key areas that a lot of people look for, and for good reason. They tend to work out. They tend to give you those like clean moves, and it's something that in the future I probably will throw a couple shares at. But while I'm building the bankroll, I'm gonna do what I know works the most, and we're gonna stick to it. But yeah. Just something to go over and look at. How much is my goal? Right now it's $40. We were at 30 as we were getting consistent. We feel that we finally got consistent, so now we're going to start scaling up. So every week, if I hit my goal, average, so like $40 would be 200 for the week. If I hit that, I'll go up to 50. And then when I do that at 50, I'll go to 75. And then when I go to 75, I'm going to go to 100. And then from 100, I don't know where I'm going to go. I'll probably maybe stay in that $25 amount for a little bit. But I also, I want to do it until 200. And I think when I get to 200, I'll probably slow down and maybe do like a month instead of a week every week, because I feel like that's where I want to be, is 200. So if I can get there, anything past that, I want to make sure that I'm ready, because right now it wasn't about the money. It was about becoming consistent. But I mean, when you look at the TraderSync, David actually kind of really talked me into this today. He was like, dude, you're doing it. And I was like, I don't feel like I'm doing it because, I'm not really making a lot of money right now. And he was like, yeah, but you don't understand. Like you're doing it. And he was like, you're consistent. And I was just like, not tooting my own horn, but like, I can kind of see that. Like if I knew that my year was going to look like this on a chart at the beginning of the year, I would have been like, yes, please. Especially when you look at what my last year looked like when Tinker Tim was around. So that's the big thing for me. So now that I'm consistent, and the money wasn't the issue to begin with, but my biggest thing was always, why risk more than you have to while you're learning? There's no point, right? Why risk your entire bankroll while you're learning? You don't have to. Just dumb it down. Even if you have 25 grand, 30 grand to put into an account, doesn't mean you have to trade like it's there. Trade as if there's only 5 grand there, right? It's there just so that you can take advantage of a U.S. broker, take advantage of not having to trade under PDT, like all those advantages of having the money without actually, trading as if you had that full amount. So that's like one of the biggest things that I could recommend to anybody that's starting out new as well. It's like, if you have that money laying around, put it in, but just don't trade as if it's there. Become consistent. Consistency and risk management. Those are the two huge things that I feel are a necessity to become a profitable trader. So, but yeah, I can't really complain. How many shares? It depends on the ticker. So like EX or PBF, we started with 30 shares on this one. ATOS, we started with 75 shares. And EXPR, we started with 50. So it all varies based on the range of the stock. So it really depends on how much it's moving. So when I get into a ticker, you'll see when I'm live, you'll see me double click wherever VWAP is, and then I'll hit my load button, and it'll give me around the share size that I'm looking for. Yep, Brian's right. Consistency first, profits come later. 100%. It's true. It's very true. If you can't consistently make $50 a day, $30 a day, if you can't consistently make $30 a day, you're not going to consistently make $300 a day. You're not going to consistently make $3,000 a day. It's not going to happen. So it really comes down to you becoming a consistent trader first. And like Brian said, the profits will come later. Because once you know what you're doing and you can do it consistently, it doesn't matter what share size you're trading. It's all the same. Like my charts, whether I'm trading, how many shares was it on this one? 75. Whether it's 75 or 750, like this chart's going to look the same, because look at the Vine. Like the liquidity is not an issue on a ticker like this. So, and if anything, the more shares you're taking usually means a little bit better, right? Because you're even adding some more selling pressure. I know that really doesn't matter, but so yeah, and one of the biggest things I realized that I was doing Wednesday when I took that loss on VTNR is I was trying to make up the amount that I didn't make on Tuesday so that I could scale up, and that was a mistake of my part because I haven't been to this part where I am scaling up just yet, not for real anyways. And so now that I'm here, I kind of threw myself for a loop, trying to scale up, by forcing it. And I need to not do that. I still need to take what the market's giving me. If what the market gave me this week isn't enough to scale up for the next week, so what? We'll just wait till the next week. It's not a big deal, right? It's going to happen, right? We're going to have, weeks where we don't get every opportunity that we're looking for, and it is what it is. But what we're doing, again, pulling up the journal at TraderSync, it's working. What we're doing is working. So there's no reason to mess with it. Just keep doing what we're doing, and we'll grind away. And as we scale up, these numbers will start to go up, right? And that's the whole point, right? We just keep making the same trades, and the numbers will go up on their own. Rondo, what's up, man? You have to have the tools, strategy, emotional framework, and account that can handle size before you can reap the rewards. Tim is doing it 100% correct, slow and steady. Screen time is priceless. Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, so many people will jump in, with their $5,000 and think that, oh, I only have $5,000. I have to turn it into 25 grand as fast as possible. And they end up losing that $5,000 and then calling it quits. So what good is that? You lost your $5,000 and you never even gave yourself a chance. And one of the best things that I ever did was realizing that I was about to be one of those people. And a little bit of luck with OCX not blowing me up completely. And I realized that I don't know what I'm doing yet. And I'll show you guys again one of the coolest things. And one of the coolest things I ever did was this. When I went back to when I started with Intensity Stockwatch, ISW, February 8th. I'll never forget the day. That was the first day. I think it's funny too, because I'm pretty sure CLF was the first trade that I took. I guess it doesn't matter which, shit, I screwed that up, didn't I? I'm pretty sure CLF was the first trade that I ever took with Intensity Stockwatch again. All right, let me just go there. I want you guys to look at this. If it loads. So take a look at this. And you can see the big, actually, I think I did it from this line over here, but it is what it is. This was MTSI, and then this was LYB. But the general census, where's that picture that I sent? I don't even remember where it was. Did I do it over? Maybe I did it here in management. Maybe let's try it, because that didn't look as convincing for what I'm trying to show you. Oops. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I must have did it here. So you get the big line up, and then you get this big downward, and then back up, right? This is the beginning of this year. So I want to show you something. Tell me that this doesn't look just like this. Let me put these guys side by side real quick. Is it not gonna let me? It's not letting me. What the heck? Okay. There we go. Tell me that doesn't look just like this. The Dunning-Kruger effect. It couldn't look any better. It's literally almost the same thing. The big move up. You're like, holy crap, I'm really good at this. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm so great. And then you get the big move down, and you're like, holy crap, I know absolutely nothing. But then, somewhere along the line, all this experience, all this screen time, everything that you've learned from losing, I always like to say it's a bunch of gears. Like you're just making a bunch of gears. And then somewhere along the line, those gears start to come together, and then a bigger one, and then a bigger one, and then a bigger one. Everything starts to spin and work in unison. And then all of a sudden, you start to come back up and you're like, holy crap, you know what? I'm actually pretty good at this. But now I know my limitations. Now I know what I can and can't do. Now I have a lot of experience. I know what I'm kind of talking about at this point. Let's get it, right? And that's where we're at. When I came back up and I started to, let's go back to this here. Get out of this. I had a pretty huge mental block when I was looking at my overall, because I was in the hole. I wish this would load. Let's give it a second, see if it loads. There it goes. I was in the hole. And when we go look at the overall, this is my entire trading career, by the way, all on one chart. And I mean, look at the ups and downs at the beginning, right? And then February 8th. So it was like down in here, somewhere around here. Like this was OCX. This is the big OCX trade. This is when I gave swing trading a try for a little bit, and I absolutely sucked at it. And as you can see, here's the holy crap, I'm so confident. Like I started using ISW and I was like, holy crap, this is easy, right? And I was killing it. I even went back to green, overall, and I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. And then all of a sudden I was like, holy crap, I don't know anything. And I was like, what's going on? And then this was, during that as well. This was the beginning part of that Dunning-Kruger. And then we went back up, and this was all that same period. This is all that, holy crap, I'm still good. I was like, oh, that's just one mistake. Let's run it back up. And we did. And look how far we got. And then we ran into LYV. And then this was the holy crap, I know nothing phase. This is the Tinker Tim phase. And I just absolutely just was killing myself. I was trying to find the Holy Grail. I was trying to do anything and everything to try to figure out how to make this crap work. And it wasn't working. So in the end, I finally realized I just have to stop doing that. And here we are. I mean, this was the beginning of this year. You can see, January 6th, we were all the way down here, literally at our low point. And now we are, or I wish I could draw lines on this. That'd be pretty cool. But as you can see, it looks like we're above this area, 696, 904. And our high point was, what is this, 1370? No, 13. It's not letting me. 1448. So damn right well, when we get above that mark, which shouldn't really be that long from now, we're gonna be pretty happy. And looking back at this one day, when hopefully we're to the sky somewhere, it's gonna be pretty cool to look at. This will all just look like nothing, obviously, but yeah. Tinker Tim, I have a trademark. That'll be $10. I owe the death of Tinker Tim to FOMO Profit. I really do. I've always been a visual learner. So when he came around, finally, that was really kind of my stepping stone. And I think one day, like after watching a bunch of his videos, I just realized like how dumb I was being. And I remember having a conversation with David, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just done. Like I'm done trying to, do all this extra stupid stuff. Like it's time to just trade. Like I remember telling him that. I was like, it's time to just trade, to stop doing all this extracurricular stuff for no reason. And yeah. I even remember when this loss happened, and I remember pulling this up, and I was like, holy crap, I'm, back in the red. And my mentality here versus over here, you wouldn't have thought I was the same person. Like over here, I was just like, holy crap, there's another decent loss. We're going to have to change something. Obviously it's not working, blah, 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 blah. Over here, I just was like, you know what? That was a mistake. And I remember this one. It was a mistake, but I knew it was a mistake, and that shit happens, and move on, right? Just move on. And that's what I did. I literally, the next day, I had already forgot about it. That was a really bad day. I'll never forget that day, but It was a shitty day. We traded something we shouldn't have, as well as way too heavy, and we had a max loss on it. And at the time, we didn't have our max loss exactly where we wanted it. It was a little higher than it should have been, and it bit us. It bit us pretty good. And so we refined it, and like the max loss, we didn't change anything. We just realized that, hey, our max loss doesn't, because throughout all of this, I realized that we never even came close to that max loss before. So I was like, we can probably hone that in a little bit. It doesn't need to be that far away, because the only time you're going to hit it is when you get out of control on something. And that's what I did on that trade. So, but since then, we had one more decent loss. I remember this one was just something that didn't work out. It just never pulled back, and we got some decent size on it. And ever since then, I mean, we don't really ever get that close to max loss. It's we usually keep it pretty tame. But yeah. Is your trading different than your casino habits? No. I wouldn't say so. I feel like a lot of my trading has been based off of my casino habits. So what? Killa, thank you, sir, for the $1.01 and the kicker. I like how it said that. That was pretty funny. In a movie, the guy who started Vegas said he never took a bet unless he knew he could win. I mean, that's what Vegas is, right? I mean, Vegas is literally saying, hey, come into our casinos. We know we have the edge. Like, you might beat us temporarily, but we know in the long run that we're going to take your money. That's what a casino is. That's why in roulette, there's still not a 50-50 chance, right? Like, you literally have a green 0 on the board to make it that one. I forget what it is. It's like 50.0. So I don't even know exactly what it is, but those odds are more than 50% in their favor, because they know over the long run, if you sit there and play red or black, they have the odds in their favor. Same with like blackjack. Like in blackjack, you're the one that has to finish your hand first, and then they always forcefully have to finish their hand. When you put that into perspective, when you start, before you start that hand, you have a 50-50 shot of winning, right? Either you're going to win or the dealer's going to win. But how you have to finish your hand, right? Before the dealer does. So you could bust before the dealer ever busts, and then you lose. The dealer doesn't even have to play their hand. Or like if there's multiple people, it doesn't really matter. That doesn't matter. But at the end too, like if you stop at 17 and they have 16, they know they're probably going to bust, but they're always going to hit until they either beat you or they bust. It's that simple. So that's the edge of blackjack, right? They do have an edge there. And obviously you can play, perfect blackjack and count cards. There's obviously other ways around that, but they know that counting cards loses their edge. And that's why, it's not usually allowed for an extended period of time. Usually once you get found out about that, you're asked nicely to not come back anymore. But I would say that my personal casino habits are no different. I feel like my risk management in trading comes from playing poker. I knew as a poker player that if I wanted to go from one stakes to the next stakes to try to scale up, I would have to have a certain amount of buy-ins for that next stakes up before I could go to it. Because if you go through a dry spell, if you go through a period where you just get beaten up, over and over again, you have to be able to withstand that. It's the same thing with poker, or the same thing with trading. And that's why I always say it all the time. Never let one trade define who you are. In reality, it should almost be, don't ever let 100 trades define who you are, because you should be able to take, several max losses. You should probably be able to take like 100 max losses. In fact, it should be 100 max losses, because you should never be risking more than 1% of your account on any given trade. So that would mean if you're risking 1% on every trade, it would take 100 of those losses where you lose 1% of your account for you to go broke. But yet you have people out here losing everything on one trade. It makes no sense. Like right now, my account's at $30,800, but I'm risking any given day, I'm risking, what is my max loss right now? $240. So it's not even 1% right now. So even if I do have a max loss, I'm risking next to nothing of my account. Like, that's how it should be. Like, you should not be risking more than your account says you can actually risk. And 1% is very conservative, and I've always leaned on the conservative side. 5%, I would say, is probably max, is what, if anyone's actually asking. I feel I'm around the I know nothing area. Nah, Thomas, dude, you have come so far. Like, you are not, like, you're on your way back up. Like, you might be in that I know nothing area, but you're on the up part of it. You just need to work on your execution. I feel like every day, like 2-3 times a day, you're like yelling at yourself for hitting the wrong button. And that's user error, brother. And that's something that you definitely have to work on. I remember you talking about the Dunning-Kruger effect earlier in the year. Yeah. And I remember, Rundo, I remember telling everyone that I feel that everyone goes through that just in their own way. But little did I know when I would bring that chart up that it would actually look just like the Dunning-Kruger effect. It literally looks like it. I was just baffled. I remember somebody had asked me, like, you know, how has ISW affected you? And I was like, I don't know. Let's go find out. And I remember pulling this up, and I was just like, that looks familiar. And then I just remember when it clicked that it looked just like the Dunning-Kruger effect. I remember like showing David and whatnot, and I was just like, holy crap, that's too funny. Tinker Tim, I have the trademark. Yeah, what's Dunning-Kruger? Googling? Yeah, definitely look it up. It's very good. Yeah, maybe when GDT and I finally do the co-stream that is gonna happen eventually, that's when I'll do the pink polka dot hair. It'll happen. Yes, thank you, FOMO. Much appreciated. My life is Dunning-Kruger. I overestimate my ability at pretty much everything. Yeah. Justin's dimple DM belongs to me. Vincenzo, I think you trademarked several names. Yeah, that's why he's being surgically removed. That's funny. I sold the rights to Enrique. Balamos. Does that mean you avoid big risk in poker by not bluffing your hand? You know, it's actually, I was just thinking about this while laying in bed. It was like Tuesday, I think, about how I have no problem going to the casino and sitting down at like a 1-2-1-3 table with $300. And I know, like, I'll have $600-$900 on me, knowing that I could possibly lose that in one hand. And it like doesn't faze me. But yet when I'm trading, it bothers me so much to know that, like, when a trade gets to a point where I'm like down $100, I'm like, oh shit. And I started thinking to myself, like, I can't, like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, I can sit there and play poker and know that I have position on this guy. I know, like, around, like, the range that he's probably playing right now. I know that if I bet a certain amount, you know, the odds or probability of him folding, and I have no problem doing it. Like, literally putting hundreds of dollars into a pot, knowing that I have absolutely nothing. But when it comes to trading, where I know I have a high probability of, you know, scaling into a position with some decent size, knowing that the probability is it's going to come back and pay me, I don't know. That hasn't clicked for me yet. But what I credit that to is something like the Dunning-Kruger effect. Would I have made that same play in poker, you know, when I was still brand new? Probably not. I'd probably feel like I didn't have enough experience. I didn't know what kind of range that guy was playing. I didn't know that if I bet this amount with the position that I'm in, you know, on this texture of a board, that he might depending on the hand he has, obviously, that I could probably get a fold. Like I wasn't thinking all those things when I first started playing poker. The only thing I was thinking when I first started playing poker is playing good hands, is only, showing up to the river with good hands, or, showing up to showdown. So it's like your level of play changes the more confident you get at the game. And I've been playing poker since I was 14 years old. I've been playing card games my whole life, but I started playing like Hold'em when I was 14. So like when I go to the casino, and I'm 35 now, but back when I used to go all the time when I was like 24, 25, I was 10, 11 years deep into poker. And I had seen so many hands because, when online poker became a big thing, I was right on that. And I was winning a good amount of money because a lot of people that were, getting on there were recreational players because of the whole Chris Moneymaker thing. But it was a confidence thing, like, right? Like these people were getting on and I was like, I know that I'm a better player than him. I know that I'm more prepared than this guy. I know that I can outplay this guy if I have to. I don't feel like I'm there yet in trading. I still don't. Like, I don't feel that when I see something happening, I think that I know what's going to happen. And a lot of times it does, but I still don't feel that confidence that I can just smash the button knowing that, okay, you raised me. Guess what? I 3-bet you because I know I have you. Or, like whatever it is, like I have the nuts. If anybody knows that, it's just Michi has the best hand. It's like, I know that the probabilities of me winning this hand is really good. And I don't have that yet in trading. And it's kind of funny, but I'm hoping that, it'll transpire. We'll see. Damn, 9 to 5 has a lot to do with it. Kind of like when you had the boys, but had my fair share of wrong buttons. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I know working a full-time job while trying to trade too, it's probably, especially if you have to do a lot of back and forth. Speaking of poker, ... What about it? I thought you said you're at work. Can you play while you're at work? Oh, addedly, I can't wait. Let's be honest. If you're good at poker, you wouldn't be a trader. Common sense. Addedly, man, you need do you need a hug? You seriously need a hug. To be completely honest with you, addedly, I was very close when Black Monday came around to moving to New Jersey to become a poker dealer, as well as trying to make it full-time in poker. Obviously don't know if I would have made it. There's several guys that try it and, go busto and don't make it. But I was ready to try it. But family, girlfriend, college, all of those things kind of played a factor at that time in my life. And I didn't do it. But the reason I stopped playing poker was because the government made us. And there was no casinos in Maryland at that time. So I didn't really have a choice. My choice, if I wanted to keep playing poker then, was to pick up and move to Vegas or New Jersey or stop playing. And I still played like home games and tournament, like people that wanted to play around the area that ran home games and, tournaments and stuff like that. But it was too sketch. People were getting robbed all the time, because most of the places they had them, like a lot of them were in Baltimore and not the best of areas. You're always showing up, with a decent amount of money if you want to play, and it was sketch for a little while. And so I never like stopped playing, but I stopped playing. But like there was one game that I kept playing, but like I was playing with, like friends from work. Everyone would buy them for $20, and it's like we were really there just to watch Monday Night Football and drink beer. But yeah, I would always win in those games, but it just wasn't this. It's not like you're literally walking out of there with maybe $80 to $100 on a good night. It's not even really like it is what it is. It just didn't really have the opportunity, like the opportunity window that I had to continue a poker. The government kind of took that away from me. So If online poker never got taken away and I was still in Poker Stars and Party Poker was still around, I was building a bankroll. I threw $100 on there when I was like, I think I was 17 or so, and it was under my mom's name. And I ended up turning that into like, I think it was like 8.3K, not, million or anything, like 8.3K. And I had just started scaling up to the $20 sit and goes, because that's how I did it. I started with dollar sit and goes. I went to $3 sit and goes. I went to $5 sit and goes, and I went to $10 sit and goes, and I just went to $20 sit and goes. And that was just what I did. I would play 3 or 4 of them at a time, and I was doing really well with them. And I was scaling up. I was just taking my time. And if you would have went from 20 to the 50s to the hundreds, like it's no different than trading. It's the same game. It's different players, obviously, probably a little bit better skill set. And sometimes you would notice that the higher money price, like higher money games that you got into, the players actually became a little bit worse at times, because you start running into just the recreational players that have more money. But yeah, it just got taken away from me. I lost all that money. I was with Party Poker, and they never paid us out. At least not me. I know Full Tilt was another one. Poker Stars, they paid everything out. Party Poker, they said it was something along the lines of, if you had an address outside the U.S., you could keep your account and get your payment, but if you were inside the U.S., like, they couldn't pay you. And I don't even remember the exact. It was so long ago at this point. And I'm not lying. It's just the truth. But I don't remember. I just kind of blocked it out because it was just kind of a low point for me, because it was a lot of money at the time. Like $8,000, now is not that big of it. I'm literally about to replace my refrigerator. It's like $2,000. Repairs on the old house, like we've spent over that in the last month, and it's not that big of a deal. But back then, when you're 20, 21 years old and they're just like $8,000 later, you're like, holy crap, dude, like that was my like life savings. But anyways, check raise me, please. Yeah, poker odds are, that's the thing too. I always say, if you take a really good poker player and you teach them how to trade, they would be really good. Because I relate it to this. It's like, imagine being able to show up every day for an hour and a half to 2.5 hours and only get dealt pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket queens, ace king suited. Like, just, that's all you get dealt. And that's where ISW comes in. They're literally, ISW scanners are showing you those setups. So imagine being able to just sit down, and instead of sitting there at a poker table and waiting for a good hand and sometimes just never getting it, imagine just being sit there and something beeps at you. Like, hey, this table over here, that seat right there, that's going to get aces right now. Go sit there. Go ahead, go sit there. Just over and over again. Like, imagine being a poker player and being told that you could just play pocket aces and kings and queens every hand. Like, that's all you play. Do you really think a poker player would say no to that? Hell no. That's, to me, the odds in trading are so much better than poker. Like, in poker, there's a lot of luck involved, right? There's times where you can have a person down to 1 out and they can hit it. I mean, granted, there's going to be times, in trading where a trade just doesn't work out. But the probability of those trades working over time and the positions that you put yourself in over time are going to be way better and much more probable to work out than if you were in poker. Because there's going to be times in poker where you think you have the best hand and you're drawing dead, right? You put all your money in the pot and you have no chance of getting it back. It just happens. But when you're trading, it's not the case. Like, you always have that, opportunity. Just like going out and paying $7 for a brew, no problem. Then at the store, you end up in deep thought if it's worth to buy it for $11 6-pack over the one that's $9. That's so true. I used to do that all the time. Like, I actually did it a couple of weeks ago. That's why it's not why I don't have beer tonight. It's because of the kids and we were outside. Because I was going to go pick them up at a 6-pack and I just didn't. But it was like $11 for a 6-pack of the shock top. And I'm like, man, that's expensive. But then I remember the last time I went to the Orioles game, it was $10 for one beer. And it was a can. And granted, it was the bigger can, but still, like one beer for the amount that I can get 6 of them. And it's like, I have no problem spending that just because I'm at the Orioles game. But if I go to the store, I'm like, man, $11 for a 6-pack, it's getting expensive. Yeah, it's so true. It's never too late, just saying, maybe in a year or two. What? Poker? Nah. I mean, I'll play poker recreationally now, and I'm definitely way above average, versus a regular rec player, but I'll never try to make it in poker. I mean, I might play more, if I have the funds laying around, but like I'll stop. Like if I have a good day in trading or something, I might, go to the casino and sit down and play poker, for a little while, especially as the kids get older. I have to find things to do. My choice is Latin love and no government can stop me. Balamos. Vincenzo. Does confidence matter in trading, or is it all technical fundamental execution? Confidence and emotions are, I would say, 90% of the game, man. Once you figure out the technicals and fundamentals and like the execution and all that stuff, like that just comes down to your execution. You see it. If you see a technical pattern that you want to trade and it works 70% of the time on the chart, what's stopping you from taking it? What's stopping you from taking that trade when it pops up? Your emotions. Something inside you is saying, yeah, like what if it doesn't work though? That's you. That's your emotions. That's your confidence, right? I would say that is probably easily 90% of the game. I always like to call it a game. Yeah, the poker table has a way of making big losses seem like nothing. Yeah. I think a little bit of the only big difference I know in poker is like when you put money into the pot, like you're putting that money into the pot knowing that if you get called, or raised or, whatever, if you end up at showdown, whatever money that you put into that pot, not only do you have that chance of getting it back, but you get that same amount back as well. Whereas in, like, especially my style of trading, that's not always the case. Like sometimes you will risk $100 only to make $10, because when that hand isn't working out, you start to realize, okay, it's not really working out. I got to take what the market is providing me. And sometimes that only ends up being $10. Sometimes it ends up being a smaller loss. So like, imagine, I always say that too. Like, this is going the exact opposite way. Imagine you're trading and relating this to poker. Imagine putting $100, $200 into the pot at a poker table, and then it starts to come back, right? And then say like they flip you're in the flop and you're like, holy crap, I have so many outs to win this hand. Like I have a straight flush draw. Like say you have ace king of spades and like the queen, or let's say you have queen jack of spades and king 10 3. The king and the 10 are both spades. So you have a royal flush draw, but you're open-ended straight flush draw as well, which obviously the one side would be a royal. And any other spade could be a flush. You still have big cards. You can still make a regular straight. Like you flop the world basically. You feel like there's no way that, like, the odds of you winning this hand are so great. So you add, so the guy bets $100, you throw it in, you're like, all right, I call. Like you're actually probably like still playing this guy at this point. The turn is another 2 and it's not a spade, or a 2 and it's not a spade. Now your odds just got a little bit worse, right? Now that thought and doubt starts to creep in. So the guy bets 100, and instead of if you hit one of those things, you're probably thinking about raising on the turn, you just call it again. So now you got $200 invested. The river's a 5, not a spade. So you didn't hit. You don't have a pair. You don't have a straight. You don't have a flush. You don't have anything at this point, right? You're playing the board. You have king high, and say this guy goes all in or something. Imagine that in trading, this all happened. Like the trade is just going against you, and then it starts to come back and you're like around that break even point. Imagine being able to put your hand back into that pot and taking like $150 of that back and being like, you know what? I didn't quite hit what I was looking for here. I'm just going to take 150 of that back. Like, can you imagine that? That's kind of like, you can essentially do that in trading. And a lot of people don't take it that way. A lot of people, like, say they're 200 deep, unrealized, it comes back to like $50. They're thinking, no. Like, I this needs to be a winning trade, and they end up losing more than that $200 because they didn't realize, okay, the market obviously isn't providing a winner here. I should probably cut my losses. Or like, it gets back to break even. A lot of times people have trouble, I just waited all this time for it to get back to break even. I was risking $200. I want to make $200, or I want to make, at least $100 or whatever it is. And then again, it ends up going all the way back down to them losing $200. But just imagine, after you realizing that this trade is not going to work out, that you could just reach back in and just take that money back out. In poker, you can't do that. In poker, you put that money in, it's in there. Like, you can't take it back. And that's kind of another. It's a pretty big advantage in my eyes when it comes to trading. All right. Nick, what's up, man? The market is your opponent, and ISW deals all his cards face up. I mean, you're not wrong. More, what's up? What's up, man? I'm trademarking that? What are you trademarking? Oh, yeah, that'd probably be a good one to trademark. Did GDT blow up using ISW? Just joking. Love you, GDT. Fun fact, did not blow up. My life did. Yeah. I don't know if Justin's ever going to tell his story, but it's a good one. You hear that? He'll play me, boys. Hopefully like a fiddle. Yeah, we can start playing some poker. I'll get it up and running. Mom, what's up? Good evening. Brian's here. GDT has monkey to back him up. That's funny. I think we were just talking about him. GDT was, I think, yesterday. Maybe worth giving Drizzly a try for beer delivery. Haven't used, not sure how it works. Similar to DoorDash. Yeah, I haven't. I've never even heard of Drizzly. Is it Drizzly? I haven't barged in there in quite some time. Yeah, I haven't either. Minus 200 unrealized that comes back to plus 50 can be considered losing 200, then immediately making 250 back. Yeah. It's very true. Same, but you never took the unrealized. Yeah. It's like Brian says it all the time too. Like, if, like, let's look at a chart here. So imagine I never took these covers on ATOS. We get short again, and it comes down, doesn't give us what we want. We let it go high of day. There's no difference in cutting it 100% here and then getting back in, like on this move, and then adding up here for it to come back down to make back what you lost, versus if you have the stomach for it, letting this continue without cutting, adding into your position up here, and then letting it come back down and making the same amount that you would have made if you cut for a smaller loss, and then adding back in and making it all back. And like, that's essentially what he's saying. So you can either keep the big unrealized and turn it into that $50. So negative 200 unrealized back into the $50. You do it that way, or you could cut to lose $200 here, get back in, and make $250 on the way back down, and still make that same $50. It's what he's essentially getting at. The one key difference that I have with that is, if you don't cut here, you already have some size, and this thing could keep going crazy, right? This could go through 10 all the way to 11, and then what? Where if you cut 100% here, and take a smaller loss, you can let it do whatever it's going to do and then look to get back in and possibly make more money that way. So it's like, yeah, one way you never take a loss until you take a loss, but you could end up fighting it quite a bit. Or you take the smaller loss and look to get back in to either make it back or... I feel like I can't really explain it any better than that. Jag, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. Laura, didn't see you sneaking. When will you trade at your full share size? I don't really have a full share size, so I'm gonna start scaling. I am scaling up, and I don't know how far we're gonna take it. Stick around for the ride. I plan to go pretty far. I mean, my goal is 1,000 a day. Like that's where I want my steady to be, is 1,000 a day. That's what I'm shooting for. Wait. Did I make a choose your in-game name, user password? That's optional. Okay. We'll do trading. Wait, why? Hold on. Why is it not letting me trade? What's going on here? Let's restart it here. All right, enter game. Oh, you know why? Because this was the old game, so I probably have to go back and there we go. All right, start playing. Blinds. We'll do the 1, 2. I wish we could make this like dollars instead of cents. It's kind of annoying, but players have the option to show or hide their cards from the creator of the game. This mode is ideal for teaching or streaming. I guess I can't really do that. I guess I'll figure it out. We'll give it 30 seconds a turn. That's always good to have a timer. All right, create. I'll do trading. Make sure I type it right. Trading. Fish. Play. There we go. Copy game link. Put it in the chat. So if you want to join us, feel free. Let's see, buy in. There we go. So we're basically playing it like a 1-2 game. Just uses cents instead of dollars. So. But yeah, no, I definitely plan to keep it going 100% with the scaling up. But like I said earlier, I plan to, oh yeah, let me make sure password is trading, just so you guys know. Password trading, I'll type it in. Just like I plan to do it pretty quickly based on how we like I said, right now it wasn't about the money, it was about becoming consistent. So I plan to scale fairly quickly to start, and then after that I plan to like once I get to 200, that was my plan. So probably going to go from 40 to 50 to 75 to 100, and then probably like 100 to 125, 150, 175, 200. And then once I get to 200, I think that's where I'm going to start doing it monthly instead of weekly, because I'll be pretty happy if I can be making $200 a day, because that'll be back to where I feel pretty good about it. Hurts Thorns, I think that's what it said. I couldn't really read it. Thanks for subbing, man. I appreciate that. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do it right after the stream, but I am going to do the 3,000 subscriber giveaway. Brian has been so kind and generous to allow me to give away a full month of the team package for ISW. And I am going to, it's not going to be the, it's not going to be a random giveaway. So if you are interested in getting that, you're going to have to leave a comment telling me why you deserve it. And I'm also going to be doing 3 full years for TraderSync. It's going to be an account for a full year that you get. And there's going to be 3 of those. So again, same thing. You're going to have to leave a comment telling me why you deserve it. So, and I am not going to say that I cannot give TraderSync and ISW for a month to the same person, because I feel if there's somebody that I feel fits the role for both, then so be it. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that tonight, but if I don't do it tonight, it will definitely be tomorrow. And yeah, so is anybody else going to join? I feel like we need at least like one more person. I mean, we can play heads up, but I was waiting for a couple more people to join. All you got to do is click the link in chat, put the password in, and get in here. Yeah, Brian, you should definitely be playing some poker. Crime Scene Kitchen? That just sounds weird. Oh, what is this? Just to clarify, I'm not advocating not managing a trade. Need to follow your risk and rules and focus on great entries. I was only saying they are equivalent. Yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, it is good to clarify because not everyone may take it the same way. Yeah. B's taken. If he wasn't, I would definitely be all over that. Kess, what's up, man? Thanks. I don't know if you're in here. I don't know if the guys subscribing are in here, or if they're just subscribing somewhere else. But thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Only poker I know is rainy day poker, duck undercovers, and poker. Oh, that's great. Who is Adley's mom? Is this Adley or is this GDT? Long schlong. I hate that you guys are putting in these names because I don't know who's who. I don't know who I'm beating. I can't use trend lines and channels in poker, so I'll just watch for now. Yeah, I think Moore was saying the same thing, that he likes to watch, but he has no idea how to play. Well, once Long Schlong requests some money, we'll start. You know what they say? If you have to say you have a long schlong, just saying. And here I thought we were gonna have a full table tonight. I'll continue to post the link. I should probably put a password next to it as well, but whoa, how did you make it 500,000? It wouldn't let me go over $2. I kind of want to accept it just to see if it works, but how'd you do that? I'm gonna have to decline it because I can't have you sitting with 500,000. Just do 2. I don't know how you did that, but oh yeah, I'm gonna need to block my screen here somehow. I forget. Was it this one? Yeah. I have to keep updating that image with the current the current one. Well, let me click it. There it goes. Alrighty. Here we go. Oh, I gave you $4. Son of a... I guess because it hit it twice. Oh, whatever. I'm going to take it from you anyway. It has a leaderboard, so it'll know if you actually had it or not. I was going to say, where's the sound? There it is. Let's see. See if it adds it. Adley's mom, try to add top left there's the little money sign. It says buy in for more. Go ahead and buy in for more. You can, I'll give you the extra 2. And Rundo, if it lets you do $4, go ahead and do it. Ooh, you can change the theme. Ooh, I like this. Kind of like that one the best, though, to be honest. Well, this one's kind of nice. I would like a black and white would be best, to be honest. I'm afraid to hit accept again, Rundo, because I hit it once. Oh, there it goes. Oh, maybe. There we go. Feel free to ask any questions about trading while we're sitting here playing. I have no, I obviously would want to keep it going. I would love to float this board on you, but I just do not have enough. I did hit it twice. Son of a bee. Get rid of that. Oh, when I do that, I guess I gotta move this over now. Well, now Rundo's got more. Yeah, because I clicked it twice because I thought it wasn't working the first time. It's whatever. Again, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it is, but oh well. Nothing like some poker. Later, Thomas. Have a good weekend, man. Are you up at the camp? Are you home? Are you home this weekend? Is that how you spell Buenos noches? I don't even know, to be honest. Oh, is it my turn? I'm sorry. Where's the timer at? That's not my turn. Now it is. I was like, what the hell? Do you have someone you look up to that you want to get to their level? 100%. He posted right above you. We call him Brian B. ISW, FOMO Prophet, whatever you want to call him. He's definitely the guy that I look up to. I'm not really worried about resetting the amount, to be honest. I guess addedly and long schlong, we'll add 4 more. And then micro schlong can just come in for 8. So both of you add 4 more. And micro can come in for 8. I'm going to hit it once this time. Did I win that? I did. Sweet deal. I wish I could like hide my cards, but not hide my cards, if that makes sense. All right, one time. All right, we should all be good now. We all should be even with 8. Home this weekend, next week back at camp. We all want to be B, or I'll take half of B. I remember when I first started talking to B, I remember saying I would like to just be 1/10 of Brian, and just how he trades. So the dude is an absolute beast. So I always say, anybody that comes to me and says they really want to get into trading, I always tell them the same thing. I'm like, you need to find a way to get into the ISW team chat, because when you're in that chat, you get to spend every day. Nice hand, sir. You get to spend every day with Brian, and the dude goes above and beyond um, anything that he would normally have to do while you're in there. Like, he answers all the questions. Sometimes they're the dumbest answers that you will never understand, but he answers them. And sometimes he makes a lot of light bulbs go off, and that's really the only thing you can ask for as a trader. Is just somebody that obviously knows what they're doing, someone that can answer all your questions. And I can only hope to be that for somebody one day. So I feel there's not a chance in the world I would be who I am right now today without him. So there is that. Long Schlong getting ready to donate some money to me. Same with Rondo. They're all donating money. I like it. Donations are nice. Would it bother you if someone says you're taking a bad trade or a bad entry? I would say it would bother me. I would actually ask them why. Like, why do they assume it's a bad trade or a bad entry? I always am looking to learn. So if someone thinks I'm taking a bad trade or a bad entry, like, please tell me why. Like, I'm open to hear what you have to say. I ask Brian all the time why he's doing stuff. Probably too much that it probably annoys the crap out of him. Oh, Rondo. It's like you can see my cards. He had the goods. He had the goods. Where's my TraderSync chart? I wanted to put that back so I don't forget or exit out. Doo-doo. Brian, are you still here? 31 cents. It's a big raise. Yeah, you can have my 2 cents. I wanted to see a flop, but not for that much. It's so crazy. It's only 7:30 on the West Coast. It's like times like that where I'm like jealous, but at the same time, I just can't imagine waking up that early to trade. That would kill me. Just can't do it. Just can't do it. I was curious if you were still here. I feel like that gives me a good idea that maybe I'm playing against you at the moment. I just don't know who. I just don't know who's who. If GDT's playing, I want to say he's at least bomb. So that would make you long schlong, which would make sense. Reminds me of the hot dog gif. Brian's probably got like 10 VPNs going into the site. Now, micro schlong though, I don't know who that is. I don't know who else is here that would be playing. That would be clever enough for that. Was I close? Was it like 8 or 9? He had to go buy like 3 more VPNs real quick. Oh, we got a big pop brewing here. That huge pot and then 25-cent bet on the river. Look at this full house. Huge hand. What'd you have, Justin? Not gonna show us? Do you have a 9, I'm assuming? Rondo's showing up with the goods. Ace Queen? What was the board? I wish I could see the last hand. I guess I could. Oh wait, is that what this is? No. Sit out next hand, share feedback. Check out what we're up to. Oh, here it is. Dealer dealt 2 a dime, 2 of spades, 9 of hearts. Of course, it's not letting me see. Oh, there was an ace. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one. Were you the aggressor that hand? That would make more sense of the 25-cent bet at the end there. He was just kind of milking you for a little bit more. Milky, milky. This is going to be nice one day. We're going to have people fighting to get in this game. I'll have to see if there's a better one to do, but this was just very last minute the first time we did it, but maybe I'll search around a little bit. But I mean, this works. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, sad you had to get. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. It's always a bad feeling when you're like, I'm pretty sure I'm beat, but I kind of have to pay you. Yep. Such a shitty feeling. Brian, I thought you played poker. What are these 10x raises? I feel like the only other reason I know that Brian is one of them is because there's no way he'd still be here if he wasn't playing. I did randomly get that third. I think I said it when no one was really here when I first started the stream, but I did get my third monitor working again, so that's always nice. I don't know exactly what I did to get it working, but it's working. And I have that fourth monitor, that touchscreen monitor that I want to use for these streams, like when I'm reviewing trades and stuff. But it's currently the port that it would have to use, which is the integrated graphics HDMI port. That is the port that is working for this other monitor right now. So I don't exactly know how I'm going to make that work. But we will find out, I guess. Anybody have any cool plans for this weekend? Wouldn't you know it, we have more family coming over to see the house tomorrow. I think Sunday, well, I have baseball Sunday. But I think after, oh no, because that'll be pretty much the whole day. I don't really know when the next weekend that I don't have anything to do is going to be. Kind of sad. Oh, Justin, you were the you were that dollar donation. That's funny. Kick. Long Schlong taking down the decent sized pot without even having to show down. Yeah, that 9 rondo killed your action. I mean, it boated you up, which is always nice, but it killed your action. Because the only way that he's really going to continue there with anything is if he has a 9. So it kind of screwed you. Get a little bit, get some music going up in here while we're playing. Interesting river. Pairing the board. Flush draws don't get there. Front or back. $1 bet into a 28-cent pot. Do you play real poker like this? Oh. Queen 5. I had the same freaking hand. Oh, I've missed. I literally had Queen 5. I was so mad. Interesting bet though with the board pairing there. Counterfeited you. You know, I just realized that you can still see my cards. See, Brian, you lost money. You overbet. It's like, I don't care. Brian, did you ever see my crystal ball? I actually got one. I remember telling you I got it, and then it took like a month to get here. I actually have 2. There's another one. That's right there. That's the second one that finally came. And I leave that one protected because this one, when I had it at my mom's, there's no way I'm going to be able to show you this, but it's scratched up. Well, you can kind of see it. But I had it on my desk and I was playing with it, and then it rolled off onto the floor and got all scratched up. It was a cement floor. Decent sized bet, almost a pot bet there. And we get the folds around. Ace 5, nice. 2 pair on the turn there. I am card dead. Holy smokes. Just realized I can close DOS. I need to have that open. No, micro schlong. How dare you? Well, thanks for playing, man. Whoever you are. It's probably more. Or if I can make this, I guess I can't really make it bigger, but just thinking it's probably really small on your screen. You had the 5. Decent little pot. It's the only hands I play is the blinds. Totally not true, but Can't do crap with the hands I've been getting. Kind of want a bowl of cereal. Not gonna lie. Hey, you didn't bet $1? All right, let's see it. Let's go, Brian. About to run into a queen. I can feel it. You know, I really do, but I can't. Because if we go there at midnight, that means I'm probably not going to get home. He's such a jerk. I can't call that, man. That's too big of a bet for the pot. I did not have a queen. Did you have a queen? I had you. I had ace-8. I had you till the river there. But if we were to go at 12, that would mean I'm probably not getting home till probably 6, maybe 7, maybe 8, maybe 9. And I have to entertain tomorrow, so I can't do it. It will happen, I promise. I know it's just a bad time for me right now. So much going on. Sleep on Sunday. Dude, I can't do that anymore. I used to do that stuff. I would pull all-nighters all the time. I just can't do it anymore. Comes the outlandish bet. 3/4. It's better than 5 times pot. Ooh. Come on in, Justin. The water's warm. And you're definitely priced in. Oh! The check raise! Oh! I just found the button to not overbet. Rondo, what are they doing to us? Oh, what is going on? Part of me wants to call just to call. What do you guys have? I almost feel like I have to just to gamble a little bit. I mean, do one of you probably has a flush draw. One of you might have 6-7. But then what does the other person have? Just a 9? Overpair? What? How did this go? I raised. Brian re-raised. We all called. Oh, I forgot the timer crap. Oh, oops. I forgot there was a 30-second timer. Boo. You should have bet 136. Silly. That's silly. I was gonna call. We'll see if it saved me money. I definitely was behind. Yeah, I would have lost. Oh, he flopped it. Oh no, Justin. Maybe you shouldn't go to MGM. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, that's brutal. That's so brutal. Oh man, that's brutal. That was a hell of a flop for your 2 hands. It was a cooler that turned into a bigger cooler. And then Brian's just donating. Take my money. Oh, dude. Flopping top pair. Or not top 2, but... You both ended up with 2 pair. What is this game? That's how poker goes for me. Got to get ice cream, please. I can't get a hand. I mean, I'm getting 7-2 like every other hand. It's ridiculous. Hey, look at this. I'm not even joking. Look, I'll let you know that I have 7-2 this hand. because I've had it like 3 hands in a row. That's ridiculous. Just normally I have aces when that happens. Dude, that's worse than aces. You literally flopped the nuts. You had the nuts. Alright, well, you know what I got. I got 2 pair, so you gonna pay me? I'm not even asking for a lot. Oh, that's crazy. Why did you knew what I had. Why would you just call? I guess if you're playing, you can see my cards. That's true. I didn't even think about that. That's so sick. I told you I had 7 too. I even showed it to you. Unless you didn't have the stream up. If you only have one screen, then. Later, Brian. I'm gonna come back and take Rondo's money, and then I'll be getting out of here too. I got a long ways to go. That's if Rondo wants to stick around. I'll Phil Hellmuth him to death. Later, Justin. Let me know how you do. Keep me updated. I think I'm going to get a bowl of cereal and watch some Netflix after I take Rondo's money. Ooh. You're just gonna try to take it all now, are we? I had a lot of cards, like a lot of cards that I could have hit, and I'm not gonna lie, that's not the one I was expecting. Damn. Alright. Oh, you didn't see the 7-2. I had to take a stab. My line there made sense for an ace, but ran into Mr. Luckbox tonight. Became a calling station. Yo, I'm late. What's up, Brad? It's all good. No worries, no worries. Made it to 17 people tonight. Not too bad. I feel like we used to get a lot more, but that was when I was being real consistent. We'll get back there. You have a 3 monitor setup? And you missed... How'd you miss it? I think Rondo is going to be the champ this week. He is just running hot. Yeah, Justin. Don't let it discourage you. I do not have the amount of draws that I had last hand to be calling that. He's just bullying me at this point. He's a bully. I wish I was drinking with you, man. I didn't get that opportunity. I literally walked in the house. It was 8:56. I was like, crap. I had to get the draws out. I mean, to be fair, you should have never been in that hand pre-flop anyway. Unless you were in the blinds, but I don't remember if you were. How far away are you from MGM when you leave work? An hour, gotcha. I got some showdown value. Oh, yeah, you did too. Just always got that one better. Always got to be one better. It's on fire tonight. No. I had 3-9. Offsuit. Bully. You bully. The question is, are you always flopping better than me? Like always? Like is it that possible? Playing heads up that you're always flopping better? It's a pretty bad card for me betting. That's a really bad card. That's a really bad run out in general for my hand. Like, if you bet probably over 20 cents, I can't call. So if you're looking to get value out of me, that's your magical number. Probably 20, maybe 25. I got you with the maybe 25. Now I just want to know what you have. Fuck it. Any diamond wins. Oh, I actually had him for once. Say what? Don't call it a comeback. I would have to double twice in a row, really, to do any kind of damage. If you promise, Rundo, to not look at my hand on your other monitor, I can show everybody else my hands, if that's cool. Like maybe just pause the stream. Well, I guess you can't pause the stream because you still want to hear me. But you can like pop the chat out or something. That's what I do. Here comes Mr. Calling Station. I mean, if he shoved, I would have. He always has it. Just always has something. I had 6-3, by the way, since you guys couldn't see it. Yeah, okay, that's cool. That way everyone who is watching can at least see. You don't even have to look at my cards because you always have better cards. You always have it. You just always have it. Hey, it happens. It happens to everybody. That's the thing with poker, man. It can happen that way. Did you have a 9? That'd be so dirty. I go all in for American Trader Boys. If only it would go this way at the casino, right? Coco! Haven't seen you around lately, Coco. It's the only way I can win. Did you have a 4, I'm assuming? Because I sure didn't have anything. That's the only way I can win a pot. What could you be calling the turn with? I mean, there's no way. You don't have something. 10 high? Oh, yeah, the flush draw. Okay. I was like, what are you calling the turn with there? That makes sense. Could have got a bluff through there, but it wasn't worth it. The risk reward wasn't there on that one. I have one on this hand. I don't think a 4 is doing you any good on this hand, unless it has a 7 in it. Oh god. Or if you have 2 of them. Talk about a crappy run out. Talk about a really good flop and then a crappy ass run out. I mean, I probably still had you if you folded, but I'm not even gonna play that hand. I feel like I'm at the casino with these hands. This is what I'm talking about. You can sit here for hours and just get the worst freaking hands ever. I literally had 7-2. You can just get these hands all night and just never get a good hand to play. But in trading, you know exactly when to show up at 9:30 till about 11:30, and you can just play pocket aces and sit there and wait for them to come to you. But in poker, you could sit here all night and never get them. I mean, I haven't had a pocket pair yet in this little session. I haven't really had a good hand. I think the only ace I had was ace 8. Alright, why not? Ooh. Dirty. It hurts. It hurts, doesn't it? Yeah, I was just kidding. Yeah, spade on the river would have been nice. Ace of spades would have been perfect. Is that like the third set you flopped? Not including the full house that you miracle rivered on GDT? Like, holy smokes, I can't even get a pocket pair. And you're over here not only getting the pocket pairs, but then flopping sets. Must be nice to be Rondo. You should go to the casino. I am almost playing the board. Pretty close. I am now playing the board. Oh snap! More jumping in. If more's jumping in, I'm gonna go get some cereal. I mean, I'm gonna call, but you're gonna show me a queen. No. Oh, you're the king. Even worse. He's always got it. He's always got it. Five deuce, 8-4, 7 deuce. Oh, you should have did $8 more. Let's see if I 1, 2, 3. Oh, I thought I clicked it twice. Didn't I? Add 6 more. Top left. Let's start with 8. That's what we all started with. I'm not playing scared. I just can't get any cards. Oh wait, I actually have a pair. I didn't even realize. I didn't realize I had a pair there. Yeah, more top left of the screen. It's the one under the X. Just do that buy in for more and add $6 more. Yeah, man. Yeah, we're open to all. Here, let me get the where's the link? I guess it's yeah, if anybody wants to jump in, feel free. So that's the link and the password is trading. When you buy in for $8. That's what we all started with, so it would only be fair. Rondo's just taking all our money. Definitely going to get some cereal. Such a busy day. Holy smokes. 679. Heck. Add $1.21 to that. Pay me off, Rondo. Legend. Tony, what's up, man? Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. What have you been up to? You down to play some poker? Feel free to join in, just for fun. I mean, we're playing serious, but it's just for fun. Trying to play serious. Rondo is just over here kicking our ass. Sweet deal. Yeah, just when you buy in for $8. That's what we all started with. It started off with $2 and then it turned into $8 through various mistakes on my end. But Rondo is the clear winner at the moment. It's the only one that's green. He took GDT and Brian's money. Betting out in the me after calling the flop. What you trying to say you got? You're gonna bet 6? I don't know about that. Yeah, by the way, if you are watching my stream, no cheating. Hey, I got you to 8 there by hitting it 4 times. Cool. That worked. You had 3 of a kind? What did you have more? I had 3 of a kind. Yeah, I'm trying. For anyone that's watching that's not playing, I was keeping my cards available. So, yeah, no cheating. It's no fun. I'll be right back, though. I'm going to get a bowl of cereal. Damn, everybody came along, huh? Why do I have a feeling you have a weak ace? I hate cheaters. If you didn't know what I had, there's no way that you're raising there. You had a pair of aces with a weak kicker. It's just the way that I played that. It seems strong. And if you call there, I understand it. But for you to click back, like check raise with the ace there, knowing that I basically have to call because I'm pot committed, it doesn't make any sense. Much better. All I needed was an ace with a 9 kicker to beat you. Speaking of aces, those are the real ones. Do you play poker a lot, or you just play to play?
That's really the only other way it makes sense. Is that you just didn't know any better. You're gonna make me eat a second bowl of cereal. Well, I'm not being rude at all, seriously. So don't take this in that way. But a higher caliber player would have probably 100% folded your hand there. Because the way that I played that hand, I either had to have nothing or I had a lot of something. So it didn't really make any sense how you played the hand is what I'm getting at. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just true. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't trying to be rude. That was why my first instinct was that you looked at my hand. It was because it made no sense. That's why I was like I said, if you would have just called, it would have made sense because that would have been you. Like I said, in that spot, the way that I played it, I either had a good hand or nothing at all. So if you would have just called there and I had nothing, I mean, I still had a pair, but I was bluffing because I knew I was trying to get you off of a weak ace. I knew exactly what you had. The way that you played the hand. Well, I didn't know it was weak, but I knew you had an ace. But at the end there, that was me trying to say, look, I have this straight. Like, there's no way that you can call this. But then for you to raise back, it just didn't make any sense. The only thing that you could raise back with there, and it makes sense, is the straight. Because that would have been the best possible hand. Let's talk trading. I use bookmap to see the support resistance on your head. That's great. I haven't used bookmap in a while. I only used it for that like 3 months. And I haven't seen any difference not using it, so I probably won't be using it again anytime soon. Unless they come up with some kind of affiliate program where I can get it for free. A pit boss button? For what? Bookmap's pretty nice, man. I'm not gonna lie. There's definitely an advantage in using it. But I've noticed that you don't need it. It like I said, it's nice to have. It's definitely pretty cool, but you definitely don't need it. Rondo over here with 8 deuce. Like, this dude's betting into me. And I got the nuts. Nah, I didn't. I didn't have anything. I never do. I'm about to have some more cereal, though. who took that pot down. Rondo. Who would have thought? Who would have thought Rondo won another pot? Oh, check the cameras. Gotcha. For the pip ball thing. Oh, pretty big pot going there. Talk about a juicy river card. Well, I think I got Tony beat, but if you were betting that flush draw the whole time, then you got me. Might as well get a little side pot going for that extra 13 cents. Oh, he's got the flush. What a flop for you. What a river. Brutal. That was a cooler for me the whole way. That sucks. Rondo trying to protect me, even though he's got a 9. Comes a 5 on the river to split. What the heck was that? It's 2 L's in Helmuth, thank you. Yeah, GDT, we had some people jump in. You just missed a cooler of a hand. That was a pretty sick river card. I don't know what Tony had, but I gotta be careful getting overwhelmed with data. I'm in California and get up at 1 a.m. for the morning gappers. Ugh. And no thank you. He tried to trademark poker. That min raise though. Excuse me. I have it with an extra R. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Nope. Right? You're still playing the same stakes though. It'd just be like adding cushion. Tony said, "You're mine." What you calling me with, bruh? I was bluffing. You calling with less? Allowing me a chance to come back? Even when I get good starting hands, it's not like I can make anything out of them. More. I just saw your post about the bagels. Damn! Look at this guy. Legend is just on fire more so than Rundo. Wish I could raise the stakes. Let these two duke it out. I'm pretty sure I hit it. Sorry, I was getting Moore's thing. Let's play real money. I'd probably play a little bit different for real money. It's no different than trading on the demo account. Yeah, you can take money off at the casino, by the way. You just have to get up and not come back. I'll have to find a different site, one that maybe offers a little bit more options than this. Especially one that lets you do like different amounts. Oh snap! Tony C taking it down off a Rundo. What? What is that? Am I the big loser right now? Oh, I am. Ouchie. Top off here. If I can actually do math. That is one cool feature that this has, is the leaderboard. So even if you add in and whatnot, if you want to top off at $8, it still shows you what you're up and what you're down. Sorry guys, I was cleaning up a little bit. Yeah, Tony, no problem, man. Appreciate you stopping by. We'll be here next week. I have no reason not to be. Yeah, once you raised me, I was like, I'm just gonna call this down. You're getting back on CMEG? Nothing wrong. I mean, there's no luck needed. And CMEG's good. They're actually coming to the US here, hopefully by the end of the year, as well as Canada. They're only too small because you have so much money. But yeah, no, they are small. You're only supposed to start with $2. But somehow we mistakenly started with 4, and then somehow somebody tried to buy them for 4 and I hit it twice, and they started with 8. So we all started with 8. But there's really nothing we can do about it. I wonder if Moore has a decent sized spade. I had a spade, but one of the lowest ones you could get. CMEG is coming to the US, as in they are going to be a US broker, as well as where they are now, as well as Canada. The idea behind it is you'll be able, like, they supposedly, like, one of the reasons they were, or at least what Roz was telling me, is that people will run up their accounts, you know, say from $5,000 or $10,000 up to $25,000, $30,000, and then they will leave to go to a US broker. So they wanted to come to the US and become a broker of their own, so that when people do that, they don't have to transfer brokers. They can just stay with CMEG. No. So, like, they'll still have their offshore broker. Like, it'll technically be 2 different brokers, but it'll all be CMEG, if that makes sense. It's just one will be based in the US and one will be based in Spain and Trinidad and Tobago. And then they're also working on another one that's based in Canada. So they're basically trying to make people feel more comfortable with like where they are. You know, like when people hear Canada and US, like they don't think scam. But CMEG's been really good anyway, so I don't think anyone thinks that CMEG is a scam at this point, because they've been pretty legit thus far. And on top of that, they also just changed banks to a much more respectable bank. So is that B? Is he back? Or is that the real Tim is sexy? More just open folded. Who had a queen? Rondo. Had a good starting hand. I didn't have anything to finish with. Yeah, it is exciting. It's kind of exciting too, because the Canada one, apparently they'll be able to do the affiliation stuff again. So that'll be nice, if that's possible. Maybe later. Whoa. You know what? Let's go. Let's go. Let's make or break it right here. Oh snap, we playing for stacks. We playing for stacks. The one time I needed the flop. Yeah, it is that time of night. I agree. I mean, I have a decent hand, but I have a feeling you flopped like a set of jacks. The way that my night's been going. I feel like whoever wins this hand is the winner dinner. 4, 6, 10. I'm winning right now? Holy shit, I won! Who wins that side pot, though? 4, 6. I love it. Rondo ended up pretty much where he started there. Legend got the shit end of that stick for playing that hand. Boys, we're green. We're green. Broke my rule this morning and tried to trade a breakout, and it dumped on me. Telling you, man, unless you're Ross Cameron, don't do it. You know, Nick, to be completely honest, though, you should come in and talk to Devin in the Discord. Because he trades breakouts all the time, but he doesn't actually trade them like you are, like Ross does. Like, he actually trades them smart. And he has a very tight risk mentality. It might be worth talking to. Moore said, I got the goods. And he did not have anything. Oh, he had a 6. I had a 6 too. No. New people cannot talk in Discord. I mean, you can talk in the chat. Like, you can type. But you can't come in and talk right away. To do that, you have to stick around for a little bit, be active, participate. You'll get noticed. And if I think, or I should say, if we see the value in giving you a voice, then you'll get a voice. That is quite possibly the worst flop for my hand. Been focusing on dip buying after a stock runs up, but today I didn't really see any of those setups in the morning and I forced a trade. Yeah, that'll do it. Breaking rules and forcing trades, that doesn't sound like a good combination. What level? I don't really go by levels. I go by just how long you've been there, how much you've been participating, the kind of participating you're doing, stuff like that. It's more so what I look for than anything. Look at that flop. Who's got quads? Who's got them? It's so funny seeing like my charts and seeing, you know, like 7, 8 orders on them. And then I'm like on Twitter and I see all these other people and they got like 20 to 50 orders on one chart. And I'm just like, Did you have it, Rondo? Did you have quads? No, you didn't have it. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm here because you guys are here. I'm having fun. I was about to not be here if I lost that ace queen hand. What's up with this? Y'all folded? I actually had a decent hand. Nobody likes quitters. Later, Nick. Appreciate you being here, man. Oh, what a river. a little pot brewing. It is getting spicy. They're both like, I got a 5, bro. Rondo said, no, I got the 5. Oh, just a 3. Oh, snap. Yeah, I think Legend is the one that came in late at night and took all of our money. I was killing it last week, and then he came in and was like, I would have folded a 3 there too, Legend. He made it seem like he had the 5. That would have been pretty hard to call with the 3. If anybody's actually here and just watching and you want to play, just let me know. I can post the link. But I'm pretty sure it's just us in here at this point. I called this time. Oh, I would have rivered you guys. It's funny. Damn, more? One of these days I'll actually hit a flop. Rondo keeps pricing me in. Y'all getting crazy. You got the queen, you win. I'm ready for bed. Oh, you both had the queen. And of course I hit the 10. Just for shits and giggles. You guys had quads against me. GG's. Rondo was destined. He was destined to take all of our money. Oh snap. Legend making a comeback. Kings, baby. Oh boy, more. Nice hand. Even though there's an ace there. GG, legend. See if more can make the comeback. Oh, snap. When things get going, it only takes a couple hands. Three outer. The old three outer. Plus he had the redraw to the nuts with the flush. Adam dominated, but that was not a good flop for you. Let the dogs out. Zuby. Zuby. Come on. Come on, let's go outside. Come on. Hey. Zuby. Zuby. Kicking her and rolling her over. Zuby. Come on. Zuby, come on. Oh no, not looking good. It's all but over. Frundo can essentially just push him around. Here we go. The all-in moment. A 7, a king or a queen. A 7, king or queen will do it. Oh, not yet more. Standing tall. Still in it, baby. Some patience. I was looking at some other guys' trades on Twitter. I don't know how they have this patience. Guess my OBS disconnected there for a second. Definitely not making the 3K sub giveaway video after the stream now. It's a little too long. Queen high, huh? Yeah, Rondo, I did. Kind of sad, right? He's all about trying to get them subscription fees now. Oh, snap. Only an 8. Only an 8 does it. More had him dominated. Got him dominated again. 8 again. Only an 8. That's kind of sick. 2 hands in a row. Only an 8 would do it. Oh no! Drawing dead. Hey, look, there's the 8. The tides have turned. Granted, I know Rondo would never do this. Just like I never would have called when I did, but... Oh, I was ready for bed. As I still am. But I must see Moore's luck continue. The 2 luck boxes of the night, head to head. And here it is. Could this be it? King 9 versus Jack 6. Oh, he hits the 6. Don't tell me an 8 on the river. No, no 8. You had to have the 8. The tides have turned back. At least you had 2 live cards that time. Here we go. Ace 7 versus King 2. The 2 gets there at 8, 9, ace, or 7. Oh, the ace on the river does it. I'm pretty sure there's a book named right after that card, On the River. All right, guys. GG's. I appreciate you guys coming out and playing. It was a lot of fun. We'll have to do this again each week. It's fun. I do enjoys it. Rondo, congratulations. You are the big winner of the night. And I hope you all have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys Monday morning.